Here we have the current stock market update for NIO Incorporated, stock ticker NIO. Before we begin, if you find these educational materials to be helpful in your trading, please remember to click the like and subscribe buttons and leave your thoughts below in the comment section so that other traders will be able to find this information more easily on the platform. So for this video, what I wanted to do is take a little bit of a longer term view here. For the most part, what we have been doing with this stock is look at the very short term time frames, and there are important reasons for that. Overall, people that have been in the stock for a long time, and there are many out there, uh, know that for the most part, this stock has been in a tremendous downtrend for a very long period of time. It got very famous in social media. There were many people that were recommending to buy the stock at the wrong levels, and the resulting price action here was a very significant move, a massive, massive price move in the downward direction. So, if we're looking at this major long-term price trend here, what we're really trying to do with these, videos recently has been to identify whether or not this stock has been able to find a long-term bottom right around this $3.60 area. This is a price level that we've spoken about many times at this point. So the real question is whether or not we have actually formed a base here, and if this has occurred, we have now seen this double bottom formation that has appeared recently. And this then would suggest that share prices now have a firm footing to use as a way of moving higher going forward. So, near term, we have looked at some of the recent price movements here, but what I really want to look at this point would be the potential for a break above this $6 zone, because what I think currently is that what we're looking at here is a major inflection point as far as the sentiment that will revolve around this stock going forward. I think what we're seeing here is a major potential for a price movement could occur here if we do break above that $6 mark. So, as we said, this is a short-term double top region at 601. And then, we do have a little bit of resistance that can be found just above there at $6.30. But since we have already tested that 601 level previously, it's also a psychological round number, big round figure. So I do think that the potential for an increase in share price momentum at that point more than likely be enough to generate share price movements well past that $6.30 mark. So I wouldn't really expect to see share prices fail there as long as we're able to overcome the $6 level. So clearly, the next level to the top side that would need to be watched would have to come in right around this, November 2023 high, which was seen at $9.45. This is sort of the ultimate price movement that occurred at the end of last year. So this was the area where we did start to see share prices take their major run lower most recently. So if we do see a break of this $6.30 level, there really isn't much to be found here in the way of historical resistance. We don't see any major moving averages in that area, at least not on these intermediate term timeframes. One way that we can start to look at potential resistance zones in this area would be to draw a Fibonacci analysis structure using this as the upper end of the price point. So here specifically what we would be doing would be looking at this 945 top from the end of 2023 and then extending that price movement into this roughly $3.60 support zone that we have been watching here quite closely for the stock. And if we do that, some very interesting developments start to occur. As we can see here, this orange line here matches up very closely with that $6.01 resistance zone that was seen previously. If we really move in here closely, we can see that it's a little bit below that $6 mark, but it's close enough that this does indicate that what we're looking at here is a very significant area of resistance that could be quite forceful if we see a price movement to the top side. Now, we will, of course, need to see some underlying fundamental changes in the company as well. But in terms of sentiment and price momentum, I do think that the major line in the sand at this point should be viewed as being seen at this $6.01 area. So as we can see here, there are a few different reasons to believe that this $6 area is significant. There are some fundamental issues that have to be addressed with the company. Of course, with these product lines, there are tariff issues that could develop if one political party in the United States is elected rather than the other. But simply from a price perspective basis, if we are looking at this chart here, what we can see here is that this does open up a fairly broad area that would be unlikely to really encounter new resistance levels until we approach roughly this $7.35 area. So I would really point to that area here. So if we can see that area here, what we have is the 61.8% Fibonacci retracement of this declining move from $9.45 to roughly $3.60. And then this does give us a potential price target here above that $6 mark because it does seem to be a bit outlandish for share prices themselves to simply rally from 605 or something like that all the way to $9.45. So more than likely what we're going to encounter here will be a series of resistance zones, but overall, I think that what is going to start to occur will be the development of new price trends within this area up here, above that $6 mark. And one area that we could be watching here as a potential reversal zone to the downside comes in at $7.35. Additionally, for people that are long the stock currently and are perhaps looking for areas to exit the trade at a profitable area, this $7.35 zone could represent a potential opportunity to take profits if we do see prices advance into that region. So as we can see, the situation becomes a bit more complicated if we do actually break out of this near-term sideways trading range. This is largely due to the fact that there is not much to be found in the way of clear historical resistance zones that rest above roughly $6.30. So there's sort of a major sort of blank region here that has started to develop between 6:30 and 9:45. Fortunately, there are some strategies that we can use to develop some profit-taking zones in the event that traders are currently establishing long positions at near-term price levels. One way to accomplish this is using Fibonacci analysis. And if we're looking at these types of strategies, this near-term price level at 735 could mark an attractive level to the top side as a price region that can be used to take profits relatively soon. So here's the current stock market update for NIO Incorporated, stock ticker NIO. Our high value trading strategies membership is currently available for a limited time for only $9.99 per month. These high conviction investment strategies are characterized by superior risk to reward metrics that target massive market beating returns over time. Join now to outperform the market, lock in this special introductory rate of just $9.99 per month for the entire lifetime of your membership, and start trading stocks with the pros.